The college basketball experience Big Ten 2025-26 conference preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes! 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 Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience Big Ten 2025-26 conference preview. YouTube.com/the college experience. Jump on over there, hit that like and subscribe button as we're breaking out all the conferences. We're almost there. We are less than a week away from college basketball being played every fucking day. And if you don't remember, or maybe perhaps you're brand new, we cover every college basketball game. Yes, every college basketball game that there is. We've been doing it for years and excited to talk about the Big Ten to a certain extent. I'm not excited to talk about. I love the Big Ten as the Big Ten, you know, with 10 teams. They're almost at 20. Very, very stupid. But I know my co-host at some point will come in here and say it's a good basketball conference this year. And I think it is, but it doesn't mean that this is still be what we're looking at, but we'll get to it. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swigga Database Dad, AKA Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, tailless pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
It's Larry Scott at City Hall after the demise of the Pac-12. Yes, here we are. I grew up in the DMV, Maryland Terrapin basketball, through and through. Do I like them in the Big Ten? Can't stand it. Can't fucking stand it. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the College Football Experience, which will be going live after this show, talking database top 25 and coach firings and other news. So stick around. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governor, South Carolina, in that Final Four run with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Monetline Mac. What's up, man?
Yes, mega conference here. 18 teams in this league now. Here we go.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
The USC's playing Rutgers this week. Are you excited? No. But we are excited to have this guy on. He is the host of the College Baseball Experience and Big Ten through and through. He's in the heart of it. All right. He'll tell you, he'll bust out his handprint and show you what part of Michigan, what part of the mitten he's on. All right. Give it up for the great Noah Bienick. How are you, buddy?
How's it going, guys? I am so excited to talk about the Big Ten. I think it's the best college basketball conference in the country this year, Mac. The Big 12 might have a better top 6 teams, but I'm banking on the Big Ten being better 1 through 18 and getting the most teams in the tournament this year.
Is that based off of their basketball play or the fact that they're holding the rest of the sport hostage?
A little bit of both.
Okay. So, I don't think it's that hot of a take for saying like they'll get the most teams in. It's like, well, they're about to make the tournament like 1,000 teams because the SEC and Big Ten are like, we own you. We need more teams. Let's put our 4 and 25 fucking Vanderbilt team in next year. You know, But hey, I'm trying to be optimistic. It is a good basketball conference. Like that, it sucks because like I think Maryland upgraded at coach. I think UCLA's team looks pretty good. You know, we're gonna get to all these teams, but I'm saying it just sucks that they're in the same fucking conference. You know what I mean? Like I just give me. I love Purdue, Indiana. Give me Michigan, Michigan State. All right, give me these great games. Not intrigued about Washington and fucking Iowa. Not. Don't think I ever will be. Just throwing that out there. Mac, how do you feel about the conference in general? And Noah's shot at you saying we're coming for the Big 12.
The Big Ten always kind of claims that they're the best league. What's the last time they won a natty? Are we going on 30 years now that this league hasn't won a natty?
It changes this year.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. I've heard that one before.
I'm that private equity.
No. I'm wearing the hat of one of the two schools that turned that down.
Thank God.
Yeah,
I guess
don't give me any of
shit
that
on USC.
I mean, can we get rid of the West Coast teams and the East Coast teams and have the Big Ten back with 12 teams? That'd be good.
Yeah. That'd be fantastic for the sport. But unfortunately, the fan always gets fucked over.
I'm just here to talk basketball.
There we go. See? Say optimistic.
Are you going to fire Matt Painter on this episode?
Hey, last year, I will give Mac this incredibly correct hot take of Michigan State winning the league.
Oh, yeah.
They won it by 3 games, and it was a quote-unquote from me last year, the worst roster he's had in 2 decades for Tom Izzo.
He won 30 games.
And they won 30 games. They go 17-3 in the league.
Sorry.
I'm not quite sure who else in the college basketball world had Michigan State winning the Big Ten last year, but kudos. A little hat tip to my buddy Mac. Colby was on Oregon. They went 12-8 last year. I picked Purdue. They went 13-7 in the league. Tournament winner. None of us picked Michigan. I had so it was in Indianapolis last year, so that was the reason why I took Purdue as well. Mac was on Indiana, and Colby picked USC. And then for the sleepers, I think for the most part we did all right. Maybe not. Mac hit with Michigan State as his sleeper. Colby had Oregon, so they were picked 6th. He had them winning the league. They finished below 6th, so that was did not come through. I had Nebraska, and they finished in like a cluster of 7 and 13 teams, so I'm not sure I can give that to myself, but they were picked 12th in the preseason. They kind of finished in that area as well. Bus teams, Colby and Mac, well done on picking Indiana. And then I had Maryland, who finished 2nd in the league.
Well, it's tough when there's 18 teams. I'm sorry. I'm doing it again. Continue on.
It should be relatively easy on the sleeper bus if you can just pick a team that can finish out of the conglomerate of 7 and 13.
No, I normally
Colby
lose interest
I
once I think about 18 teams. I just like, what? Who's in this conference again? But you know, hey, private equity. Thank you for that, Bienick. Let's jump into this, man.
Yeah.
The great Matt Painter. The alphabet. We always go alphabetically, and it turns out Illinois, which still is kind of remarkable. You have 18 teams, and I is the first fucking letter. Still find that quite amazing.
Hopefully, I was accurate on this. I didn't double check my alphabet, but Bienick will tell me if I'm wrong out of order.
Do they still
I
make
enjoy
the
doing
alphabet
that. It
soup?
happens almost once a show.
Do they still make the alphabet soup? You know what I'm talking about? The Campbell's alphabet soup. They still made that, right? That didn't offend anybody.
I assume
right?
they do. The kids would love it, right?
Somebody's always offended in this fucking snowflake environment. Hey, this is the foreign team, Illinois.
I had the soup, and as I was eating it, it spelled out some word. It starts with an F and ends with a G. We got to get this thing off the shelf.
Bratislav Underwood.
Yes, Brad Underwood, Illinois. He continues to do. See, I tend to fade him in March, but I got to give him his credit. Like, I always feel like they're a little bit better than I think they're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Brad Underwood in that regard. This year's team, though, I'm very curious on your guys' thoughts here, because they bring in this European guy from Serbia.
Many European guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the big one though is the guy projected. Yeah, you're right though. They bring in many European guys. Mahalo Petrovic from Serbia.
He just got cleared by the NCAA today.
Hilarious.
Petrovic,
Perfect
like
time.
I think Petrovic.
Probably Petrovic, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Rest in peace to the great Drazen Petrovic. Kylan Boswell is back. Played really well for them. They have Andres Stojakovic, who is the son of Peja Stojakovic. They have Ben
Humrichus.
Yeah,
Humrichus.
Humrichus, who has an extra year. This team is old, huh? Then Tomislav Vizik, I forget. And they have Zvonimir Vizik. What the hell? We also have Ty Rogers, who's back on the team from a year ago. What's that?
I said well done on that name.
Oh, yeah, I got that one right. Brandon Lee. Shout out to the Crow. 4-star recruit. Top 100 recruit coming in. Keaton Wagler. Another big-time recruit. Top 150 coming in. And then from Serbia, David Mirkovic. I mean, this team will be... I'm curious to see how this works. But I tend to think this team would be pretty good. I think this team will make the NCAA tournament. I am a little intrigued to see. He's never had this many European guys on the team, so I am curious to see.
I don't think any college basketball team's ever had this many.
I am curious to see how that translates. Like, how tough will they be? But there's some guys. I mean, like stat wise, I can't tell you about the Serbian basketball league too much, but I'm kind of fascinated by this, and I just trust Brad Underwood's a good coach. So it's like, if you're gonna, he had to have his reasons for bringing them in. So I'll say they'll be a tournament team, but I don't expect them to be at the top of the Big Ten. Mac.
Yeah, he talked about it. He thinks they're tougher and they're older and just more thankful.
If you're older, I do think that.
Yeah, he says, and they're more thankful for the opportunity. Like, so he's kind of zigging while everybody's zagging here, going this route. So I'm with you, man. Brad's done a great job at Illinois. It took him 2 years to flip that thing, but ever since the third year, he's got 6 straight winning seasons in the Big Ten, and he's gone to the 6 straight NCAA tournaments with the 1 year being canceled due to COVID. So, yeah, sign me up. They'll win 20 plus again. They'll be in the tournament. He knows how to win in the Big Ten, and part of the reason they have a great home court and they're really tough in that building.
1,000%. Yeah, same sample size as Mac had in the last 6 seasons. Illinois, top 5 defense 5 times in the Big Ten. Top 5 offense 4 times in the conference. And he's shown the consistency to be able to record double-digit wins in the conference in each season since 2020. He goes all in on the Euros here. They're big, old, white dudes providing spacing for guards to be able to cut, drive on offense. And on defense, it just kind of clogs the lanes. You know, depth and shooting is a little bit of a question mark with this group, I think. Kylan Boswell is great on-ball defender for the defense. Stojakovic will drive and be able to get to the line effectively. Mirkovic is probably that Illini booty ball candidate that they've had in these recent years. And then he'll back people down in the paint and be able to dish it out to some shooters. Then the big men are the best shooters on the team, I think, and outside of, like the Vicic brothers are really good shooters. Like the big men provide the spacing and are the good shooters and allows kind of the offense to be able to move in the paint. I think it's a very high floor for Brad Underwood in the Big Ten. I don't know how high the ceiling is with all of these Euros. I'd have to see it to believe it, but yeah, I've got him top 5 in the Big Ten.
Look, say what you want about I know it's a hot topic. You can have like a 27-year-old player that's played 5 years in fucking Italy or something. You know what I mean? Like, or the G League situation, what just happened at Louisville and Santa Clara. But it makes, if you can put that aside, it's pretty captivating. Like, all of this is pretty, like, when I was at ACC Media Days, I think I was telling you guys this, man, it's really hard for me to break down any of this shit because I'm like, I don't even know these leagues. I see the stat line. It's like, oh, this guy averaged 30 points a game in this fucking league. And I'm like, I have no idea if this league is credible or not. But I also think, if you can remove all this from your love from college basketball, the old model, is the game of basketball going to be a lot better because of this? I think so, right? Yeah. I think like your product on the floor should be a lot better because the players are better basketball players because they're obviously older, right? That's all going to be fascinating to watch. And then B, there's so much different strategies you can do as far as building your team. It makes it captivating. Illinois is one of those to me. They're almost on like, you got the BYU approach. You got this, the NIL, whether it's mixing all of this together has made, to me, college sports in general, but specifically basketball and football, just so interesting, especially for this basketball season with all the European, like I didn't realize before I went over to started going to the media days, how many rosters had pivotal players that you're just like, whoa, good God. So it's like, it makes it incredibly hard for us to project, but I think it is fucking very interesting. They're kind of must-watch TV to me, Illinois. They're kind of in that same boat we were saying with whether, it's Arkansas or, which I know has a different approach. I'm not comparing it to Illinois, but I'm just saying like there's so many interesting storylines in college hoops because of this. So yeah, anyway, Illinois, can't wait to watch them. Next up, one and done with your Mountaineers.
Yeah, prick.
Coach DeVries.
Yeah, he's a Midwest guy. He went to Indiana. I'm not like some of the other unreasonable Mountaineer fans.
Well, I find this one interesting. He's a Midwest guy, so he's at home. But I thought and Mac, you're still on board that you think he's a pretty damn good basketball coach, right?
Yeah, I think he's a really good coach. I thought he did a hell of a job last year when his son went down with an injury, finding a way to win 19 games.
Agreed. I completely agree. Darian DeVries done a great job. Obviously, brand new roster. So Jordan Rayford, the one returning player from a year ago who played 1 minute a game. 1 minute. So they go to a lot of the mid-major ranks there. Tayton Connerway coming in from Troy, Lamar Wilkerson from Sam Houston State, Reed Bailey from Davidson, them Wildcats, Nick Dorn from Elon. What'd you want me to do? Dive for it? Josiah Miles from North Florida, right? Connor Enright from DePaul, another North Florida guy, and Josh Harris. A Drexel guy and Jason Drake, and then a couple P5 transfers with Florida's Sam Alexis. Where was he prior to that? Why do I know that? He was somewhere else before Florida, I think. Also, West Virginia, Tucker DeVries, also coming in, obviously, coach's son. They also have a big-time recruit, number 66 in the nation, and Trent Sisley. And then they did the European thing. a guy from Serbia, Aleska Ristic, who is old. They also have Andres. I gotta really learn how to speak with these names. Andre Akimovic from Bosnia. He was born 20 years ago too. Look, I think this team. I just think he can coach basketball. So as much as there's a lot of unknown, I think they'll mesh together well as long as everyone stays healthy, obviously. But I think they're going to be. I got them in the inside of the tournament. I got them just right on the bubble, but I think they make it this year. So, Indiana Hoosiers, you got your guy, Mac. Your thoughts?
Yeah, they're super old too. They're the oldest team in this league. So he did that at West Virginia, where he brought in a bunch of mid-major guys, and they squeezed everything out of that roster last year. So getting his son back healthy now, Tucker, who was really good at Drake. I mean, we saw how good DeVries was at Drake for those 4 years prior to West Virginia too. So back in the Midwest, I have him around 500, middle of the pack of the league, which probably is good enough to make the tourney, Bienick.
Yeah, Darian DeVries did a hell of a job at Drake. Did pretty good at West Virginia, like you guys have already mentioned, with the cards that he was dealt there. So I trust his vision in building rosters. But at the same time, in the Big Ten, front courts win. And I do not believe that Reed Bailey and Sam Alexis are going to be a winning duo in this league. And I think that really limits Indiana's ceiling. Colby, I went and looked it up. Alexis came from Chattanooga.
That's where I knew him. SoCon.
Yeah, there are some positives with this roster, though, in Indiana. There are 8 seniors that are probably going to get plenty of burn with a very good defensive backcourt and Tatum Connerway, who I don't know how he's eligible. He spent 5 years at Troy, it feels like. And then Lamar Wilkerson as well from Sam Houston. He can really shoot the lights out of the ball along with Tucker DeVries. Both of them dead-eye three-point shooters from the wing. And in general, where they have depth is on the wing. They've got a lot of shooting. But I just can't pick them too high because of, Sam Alexis and Reed Bailey are going to get their lunch eaten in the Big Ten, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, very interesting stuff, though. We'll see. I think he can coach, though. So, next up, we are going to Iowa and Ben McCollum. I mean, the shoe fits perfectly here, right?
Yeah.
Drake is now Iowa.
You gotta get Iowa on board with the way that they play football on the basketball court, because not many of them seem too thrilled with the football operation. They're gonna be even slower on basketball.
Yeah, well, those people are fucking morons, because you should be thrilled. And Ben McCollum is a hell of a basketball coach. If you haven't checked out his career, you probably heard about him last year. Remember, we all had Drake in the tournament. I feel like we all picked, or at least I feel like we all did that, right? Well, yeah, Drake's whole team: Bennett Sturts, Cam Manayawu, or whatever. What the fuck was his name again?
Manayawu.
Isaiah Howard, Tavion Banks, which Iowa fans should like that just based off the fact he's named after the same name as their running back in the 90s. That was very, very good. Cale Combs, Joey Matoni, all transferred in back in the state of Iowa. They all transferred in from Drake, which is just phenomenal here. This is exactly the same scenario we saw. They're going up a level. This is like playing Contra. You keep going to a higher level or something, or Super Mario Brothers or something. They went from D2 to Missouri Valley.
The only guy that comes from D2 into Indiana is Sturts, though. Everybody else started at Drake and then follows.
Okay, so it's still a level up. You're on the level 2. Let's see when you guys.
It's still a good thing. Yeah.
And then when you guys go to the AAC, you'll be in a real conference. But Cooper Cook is a guy that hit the portal and came back. played well for the Hawkeyes a year ago. And then they went out to, remember Bob Morris was a great story last year. Their player of the year, Alvaro, how do I pronounce his last name again?
Fulgaris.
Yeah. That's a nice get there. And then a couple top 100 recruit, Trey Thompson coming in, 6'8" forward. They're excited about him. So these Hawkeyes, can they level up? I think they'll be a tournament team again, just because they were super fucking impressive last year. And I think that culture and timing and continuity. I was just at Media Days for a couple different conferences, and I just think that's such an important factor in today's day and age where you just have so much change. I actually think Iowa is to me, I like them to be one of the top half of the conference. I think that continuity pays in today's day and age more than we realize yet. I think we'll all come full circle in a few years to a certain extent. But Mac, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in on Iowa. I obviously Bennett Sturts is awesome coming over here, following his coach. Missouri Valley Player of the Year last year, and dude, they win. They have their brand of basketball. They know their identity. I think 11-9, 10-10. He'll grind out games in this league. This style of basketball wins in the Big Ten. So yeah, give me Iowa back in the NCAA tournament year one.
Coach Ben McCollum brings in a lot of that Drake roster. And what to Colby's point, like their system, they know it. It's super slow. It prevents teams from running up to score against them and is always going to keep them in games basically, or they're just not going to be able to put the ball in the bucket and they lose something like 60-40 if they get blown out. Which in turn, that makes every possession matter that much more. And to the other teams, when they don't play like that every time or every game in conference and they come into to Iowa and it's Carver Hawkeye and that place is bumping, but it's Iowa, they're middle of the pack in the Big Ten and they're not used to just how much every possession matters. That's when Iowa catches them, and Sturts, being the creator in the system for 4 years now, knows that very well. The one very big question I have about this team though, Mac, is like, again, in the Big Ten, though, good front courts win games. And I don't know if Iowa's got a Big Ten front court. There is no depth whatsoever behind Fulgaris and Manyow. And Fulgaris is rail thin coming in from Robert Morris in the Horizon. That's a huge jump up, Horizon League to the Big Ten. And Manyow's small for a Big Ten big. Iowa will be a top half team because I think they're that sleepy spot team that will catch a lot of people off guard. They went 4-1 against high major schools last year with Ben and McCollum and Drake, but they got destroyed inside in their one loss against Texas Tech. And the way that Texas Tech played last year is going to be a lot more. They're going to see a lot more of those type of teams in the Big Ten this year. So I'm not quite as high on the Hawkeyes as some other people. Some calling them a top 25 team in the country. I'm not quite there on the Hawkeyes, but I've got them as a top half team in the Big Ten.
I mean, the guy's been coaching. The guy's been a head coach.
He's only 44 too. So
since 2009, and he still hasn't got 100 losses.
Yep, 425 and 95.
Have fun fading that. Have fun fading that one.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's a captivating story too. This is what makes the sport so interesting right now.
Hey, by the way, the last two coaches we've just talked about, McCollum and DeVries, both Drake guys, and we'll get to Minnesota in a second. Nico Medved, that's also a Drake guy.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Next up we have, but the buzzsaw. He's back.
This is so random.
It is so random. I mean, this guy. I thought he's from Texas. I'm gonna stay here forever. He's great at pissing off everyone around him, and I appreciate that.
He's a troll.
I really appreciate that.
I appreciate the fact that he wants to get a lick of every conference because Marquette, Big East, Virginia Tech, ACC, A&M, SEC. Oh, I need to check off that Big Ten box. Let's head to Maryland, and then in 5 or 6 years, he's going to be in the Big 12.
Oklahoma State. That's
Yeah,
where he's
I
going.
totally see it. Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, something like that.
Yeah, some Texas school too.
Utah,
To Colby's
I could
point,
see him in
there's
Utah
a couple of
too.
Texas
Yeah,
schools.
Texas. Yeah, Baylor, something. I don't know. I mean, maybe Drew retires. Brand new team again. Why do I like Iowa? Because they're the only team that's not brand new so far. Well, they are brand new to Iowa, but they're not brand new to playing basketball together. Miles Rice comes in from Indiana. Played with Mike Woodson. There was a solid player. Isaiah Watts from Washington State comes in. They got a 4-star freshman, Darius Adams. I know they're excited about number 26 recruit in the nation. Elijah Saunders comes in from Virginia. I'm curious. I mean, that is a buzz guy, though. I can see that. And then a couple A&M guys, Pharrell Payne and Solomon Washington transfer in. You got a couple of other guys on the bench, Andre Mills and George Turkson coming in from A&M as well. So there is some continuity here. David Coit, also the big man from the guard from Kansas comes in. Colin Metcalf.
He was a big scorer at Northern Illinois previously.
Yeah, Colin Metcalf comes in from Northeastern. And that's pretty much your team. They also got a guy from Spain that was born 25 years ago, and Guillermo Del Pino. I mean, the buzzsaw's the buzzsaw, man. Once again, though, I do like bringing in 4 A&M guys. I think that helps set the tone for your team, even though the rest of the team's new. Tournament team. But barely. I got him right there on the bubble, but in. Mac, your thoughts?
I have as a bubble too. I will say it usually takes Buzz a year to get it going, but he was able to bring over some of his A&M guys for a little bit of continuity here. But new backcourt, yeah, they're old. They're super old as well. So interesting to see how Rice and Watts are able to pair up together. There's some good pieces on this team. Buzzle, I could see this team in Dayton.
Yes.
Yeah, like they'll pick off some teams in College Park, but they'll be up and down in year one, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And where Buzz really does thrive is rebounding battles and turnover battles. Just be able to value each possession you have. And then, so bringing in those Texas A&M guys, sorry, we were talking about Texas Tech previously, with his future destination maybe. But yeah, bringing in the A&M guys, they know the system. And also, there's good positional size here as well. And Miles Rice, I don't think he necessarily got enough, trust in that Indiana system with Woodson. And Isaiah Watts is a really nice piece in the backcourt, too, that can shoot it quite a bit. But all of these guys are going to be pretty gritty on the glass, and they'll take care of the ball. And Maryland will be middle of the pack year one for Buzz, I think. But I have them as a tournament team in the Big Ten here.
There we go. All right. Next up, before I get to that next team, I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on basketball, and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none, and their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to MyBookie.ag. When you do use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by NoVig. Yes, NoVig is America's #1 sports prediction market. And with NoVig, you know you are getting the best prices because they are an exchange. NoVig's available in 35 plus different states. Download the NoVig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. So get in on the action with NoVig, promo code SGPN. All right, we are back. Shout out to Carlton. Yeah, I'm on board, man. Every year, football, basketball, Navy, Maryland, the Crab Classic needs to return. Just got done talking Terps. Let's jump on over to Michigan. Dusty May, I will give you this, Bienick. All right, I like to make fun of you, and I gotta admit, I was super fucking impressed with Dusty
Me
May
too.
in year one. Way better than
Me
I
too.
thought. I don't know who the hell is it. Maybe it was Derek Stevens. I don't remember. I was having a conversation with somebody about how I thought, like, wow, they were way ahead of schedule for me as far as just the way they looked. They come in right away. You could tell he had a plan and he executed it. And I was very, very impressed. But Dusty May in year two now in Ann Arbor. And I think a lot of reason to be optimistic because, well, they return key guys, some key guys at least, in Namari Burnett and also Roddy Gale. And then, they have a couple other guys too, deep on the bench with Kaysen and how do I say Will
Cheddar and LJ Kaysen.
Yeah. Well, they did go the European route. We'll talk about in a second here, but I think the big thing is Yaxel Lendenberg coming in from UAB. This guy was a beast at UAB. Also, Elliot Cadeau from North Carolina comes in. Perez Johnson from Illinois. And Ade Mara from UCLA. Those are some nice gets, but let's talk about these Euros because I have no idea. Bienick, you tell me. From Germany, a 7'2" freshman, Malik Cordell. Also from New Zealand, Oscar Goodman. How old are these guys? Are they actually young, or are these
Goodman's
guys that have been
young.
playing
He's
pro?
like a second-year guy. And Cordell, I'm not sure how much he's going to play either. He may end up redshirting as well. But Goodman's barely going to see the floor this year. But if he does, he's a big redhead, so you'll love that.
But okay. So not necessarily your traditional 30-year-old players coming in here. They also have Trey McKinney, a 4-star freshman. They're super excited about. But look, I buy into the product. I know Danny Wolf is gone. Isn't Scottie Pippen's son gone too? And Trey Donaldson's gone. As well as Vlad Golden. I'm just gonna buy in that they finally got the right guy here, man. So, not finally, but you know what I mean. They got the right guy. So yeah, I think they're gonna be towards the top of this conference, competing for a championship. Mac.
Agreed. Dusty did a great job year one. They win the Big Ten tournament, then they go to a Sweet 16. So got this program back where it was under Beeline and company. So they had an identity, man. And getting Lendenberg back, I think was huge. I thought he might go to the NBA, but he opted to finish his career here. That's a piece I think they can run their offense through. Interested to see how the guards with Cadeau and Gale now in the backcourt, but I trust Dusty May, man. He was great at FAU. Now he's been really good at Michigan. Good coach. Really good coach.
I do want to remind you that Lendenberg is 0-2 in playing ECU in Greenville. But anyway, Noah, your thoughts?
Coach Dusty May, he led Michigan to 14 wins in year one with the team filled mostly with portal players. Last year's front court and therefore interior defense were very, very good. May's looking to emulate that success once again here with 3 bigs in the portal and Lendeborg, Perez Johnson, and Ade Ma. And then I think the clear weakness of this team is the same as last year, the backcourt, and specifically shot making. Roddy Gale fell off last year, and Namari Burnett was hit or miss. Both of those guys, though, are good defensive guards. And you can check my Twitter profile and go ahead and do a advanced search or whatever. It's true. Elliot Cadeau has been my least favorite college basketball player these last 2 years. I've hated everything about this kid's game and have basically live tweeted about it in almost any game that I was watching North Carolina. I'm hoping that changes. I don't think it will with him on this team, but we'll see. I think he's a good distributor, though. Like, there were times at North Carolina where he would get the ball on the perimeter and the other teams would just back off him. There would be 5 defenders inside the perimeter because he couldn't shoot. last year. Trey McKinney and LJ Kaysen are both young, offensive-minded, athletic wings that add some depth here. But where this team really shines is that front court. Axel Lendeborg, you guys mentioned, considered NBA, came to Ann Arbor, and me personally, I think this guy's going to be a monster in every sense of the word. He had crazy box scores at UAB where he was dropping 25 double-digit rebounds, a couple of steals, a couple of blocks a game with some assists. I don't know if he's going to drop 25 a game, but I think he's a walking double-double. He's big, athletic, can shoot, can pass, rebounds, agile defender. Like, I think he's a more athletic Danny Wolf that isn't as crazy or aggressive as a passer, which is just going to lead to less turnovers. No, my bold prediction actually this year is that Yaxel plays some point guard for this team, because I think that they are best suited when all three of their big money tickets, Yaxel, Merez, Ma, are all on the field, all on the court at once at the same time. You got Merez at the 4, Ma at the 5, and Yaxel will be on the ball. That maximizes the shooting because Cadeau's not a great shooter. It allows you to space it out a little bit better without 3 aircraft carriers in the paint. And Merez has some athleticism in his game, and Mara, I think he's like a perfect catch and dunk or a pick and roll. Allow him to lay it in. I now have a sense of security with Dusty turning down Indiana, because that was my main thing last year. I was so
you had him there, man.
Yeah, I was you
were willing to drive the U-Haul, I thought.
Yeah, I was so just like, oh, get me out of this one stopgap bridge year. But no, I'm actually excited for this group. I'm excited for the season. I'm hesitant to call Michigan a top 5 team because I don't love the backcourt, but I'm excited to see what all the buzz is about. I can't wait till they tip it off.
Let's go. Next up. Oh, look, he did great job on the work there, because the
it's for Bienick. That's Bienick's favorite photo.
Yeah,
it's him and
I really do enjoy
Grinch
it.
Game. Yeah, with Greg Campy there.
On the Horizon episode we did, we gave Campy the sweater too.
That's great. Good job. Job well done, guys. That's part of what makes college sports great. Is they don't have the rules and regulations.
Yeah. Michigan's opening night opponents, Oakland, banner night.
Let's go.
So,
let's go.
Speaking
Man.
of
Tom
Campy.
Izzo, I know he was in the news last week about the G League players.
Quit whining.
Of course, a Michigan guy's going to say that, right? Yeah, I thought it was his worst team ever last year, buddy.
Yeah,
I did.
Hey, careful chirping at daddy over here.
Yeah.
I do not hate Izzo.
That's your daddy.
I don't hate Izzo. I've told you guys this so many times. I don't hate him.
But
he's
you hate
great
Sparty.
in the community.
Great way to dress that up.
That's just an ugly green, like all around. Both the sweater and the logo color. It's an ugly green.
Look, Izzo has a slew of guys back because he believes in coaching college basketball. Jeremy Fears is back. Played 24 minutes a game for a season ago. Cohen Carr back as well as Jackson Kohler, Carson Cooper, Kurt Tang, all played. Tang did not play substantial minutes, but the rest all played substantial minutes. Tang played just about 3.5 minutes a game. Also, Nick Sanders deep on that bench as well. They have a couple redshirt freshmen, the Walton brothers. Oh boy, Brennan Walton and Colin Walton. They also have a couple top 100 recruits in Cam Ward. Nice name. Number 50 recruit in the nation coming in at the forward spot. Same with Jordan Scott, number 52 recruit in the nation. They also went out to the portal, brought in a couple guys like Trey Fort from Samford. Divine. Here we go. Divine Ugo Chukwu from Miami, the Hurricanes. Who was a freshman last year, played over 20 minutes a game. And then Denim Wojcik from Harvard. I know people will panic that they lost Atkins and Richardson, but and Holloman. I think they'll be fine.
Well, they did lose them, so I think they should panic. No, I'm kidding.
They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be top 5 team in the Big Ten. Write it. Mac, your thoughts?
Who's coaching? Izzo? Okay. Yeah, they'll be back in the NCAA tournament. They don't really have expectations again this year, Noah.
No.
They're kind of flying under the radar. So
really, nobody really learned. They won the league by 3 games, and they're being picked like 8th.
Yeah, everybody's got like they're a fringe tournament team. I was like, what? They made the tournament every year since like '95 under Izzo. Yeah, Hall of Famer. They're going to guard. They're going to compete. I know he hates the new era. He's going to keep doubling down that his way or the highway. He ain't going to change, and he'll win 25.
0 25-year-old Europeans on this team, from what I understand.
Yeah, I love it. What was the last time they missed the tournament? 1997. He has made the tournament every year since his third year.
Is that Pig Miller days?
I don't know.
Post Sean Respert, that might have been Pig Miller days. Bienick, what were you going to say?
I said Judd Heathcote.
Wow.
He can have us 3 on the fucking team, and we would fucking still go to the NCAA tournament. He's unbelievable.
I don't know. I'm getting pretty old, dude. I fucking walk my dog sometimes, and I don't know, man. I'm in bad shape over here. Tripped on a fucking pine cone the other day. You know what I mean? Just what's going on with me?
Michigan State's picked 6th in the media this year.
All right, they'll finish 3rd.
Next up, we have.
That's about where I have State as well. Izzo's had back-to-back top 10 defenses, and the Spartans. They were the best offensive and defensive rebounding team in the Big Ten last year. That's where, that was the identity of that team, and it's probably going to be more of the same this year in East Lansing. Cohen Carr most likely starting at the 3. Ultra athletic physical wing who can't shoot worth a lick. So that they're going to lean into the aggressive rebounding defensive team once again.
Oh, yeah.
I have some questions with State this year about the front court depth. It's a little bit of a challenge for both Kohler and Cooper to be able to stay healthy the entire year. They just haven't really been able to do that in their career. And there's not a big man with experience coming off the bench behind him. Plus, as always, shot making is a challenge with Michigan State. A lot of weight on the shoulders of Jeremy Fears and Samford transfer Trey Fort here. I did see Fort 2 years ago in Chicago at the Barstool Invitational with Mississippi State, and he lit it up from deep in that game, but he didn't score consistently with the Bulldogs. And that was 2 years ago. Chris Jans, now welcome to Tom Izzo. Hell of a 2 coaches to be able to choose if you are Fort, who does not have I would say he's not a voluntary defender. So Jans and Izzo, quite interesting. Those are the 2 coaches he's played for. I do think that overall the defense is going to be nasty. They'll attack the glass hard. They're in that second cluster of teams that are chasing Purdue. Like, I think Purdue is a clear number 1 in the league. And then there's like 5 teams that I think can compete for a title if things break their way. And Michigan State should be in that group.
Amen. Sorry, I thought you already gave out your opinion, so I flashed forward to Nico Medved, who unfortunately I did not take him up on his come to Fort Collins and I'll take you to the best restaurant in Fort Collins. I think it was some Italian place. Does that offer work at the barn, Nico? He definitely doesn't remember me. But Minnesota.
You don't want to go to the barn anyway.
Love the barn. All right. Barn, one of the greatest places to play college basketball. And Nico Medved is the one. He's the chosen one to ignite, to reconnect barn basketball with the city of Minneapolis.
Who would want to spend their career in the barn?
Nico Medved.
Yeah.
He's one of their own.
It's a crazy thought process, but yeah.
Mac, does Michigan play at the barn this year? We might.
I hope so. Remember he talked all that shit last year that they got stormed on.
Yes.
Yeah. Stormed on by 80 people.
Well, I mean, it's cold out. It's hockey night.
No, we host Minnesota this year.
Okay, we probably lose
Do
that
not
too. But
head to the barn.
that's because there's 18 teams, and do you guys even play all 18 teams?
Do they have enough conference games to get all 18?
Do they?
Yeah.
Is that you actually play every team in the conference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you play home and home with? Ohio State and Michigan State?
Michigan State and Ohio.
You can only do two. Minnesota. Like the hire, Nico Medved, I think good coach. You were referred to him earlier with the Drake connections. They don't return anybody really besides Isaac Azuma, who played good for them. About 25 minutes a game. That is it. One of my favorite things is the deep sea diving by Nico Medved. By bringing an NAIA transfer from Huntington, not Huntington Beach like Cherokee Parks, Huntington, Maximus Gizzy.
That's West Virginia, right? Huntington.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming there's
Yes.
probably a Huntington in every fucking city or in every state. They also brought in Chance Stevens from Maryland. Those guys are projected bench players. But on the starting front court that we would assume, Langston Reynolds from Northern Colorado, who balled out. Those Colorado connections, as you see. He also brought with him Jalen Crocker Johnson from the Rams of Colorado State, who played substantial minutes there. Also, Davidson transfer Bobby Durkin played very well for those Wildcats. And then Robert Viola from Western Michigan, the Broncos, as well as Cade Tyson. So what you got to do is you got to make shots. From North Carolina, coming in just 8 minutes a game there at Carolina. BJ Omot from Cal. This is a guy that only played 4 games because of injury, but he was playing pretty substantially at with the boys in Berkeley. Nehemiah Turner from Central Arkansas, deep sea diving. Also a couple 3-star freshmen in Grayson Grove and Kai Shinholster, as well as Max Larson, another guy that was actually is a freshman that they're perhaps excited about. It's year one. It's an overhaul, but there's hay in the middle of the barn, to quote Crucial Conflict. Yeah, I got this team towards the back, but I do think I'm excited I like it. You know me. I like regionality. He's from there. I like it. I hope it works. I hope they destroy. I hope the barn becomes the greatest institution in the history of basketball. Mac, your thoughts?
Yeah, I like the hire long term. I'm a big fan of Nico Medved. I thought he did an unbelievable coaching job last year after losing what they lost 2 years ago. This is an interesting roster. A lot of question marks, a lot of guys transferring up here. So can they – I think the margin is small here in year number one. I do have Minnesota towards more so the back. I think this is a hard job, man. Minnesota is a hard place to win at. So hopefully Medved can get it going. I think it'll take a year to get his culture in place. But, yeah, and shout out to Big Mucks in the chat. I have been to Fat Patty's in Huntington. Been drunk there one or two times in Huntington.
Great name.
Oh, it's great. Fat Patty's, baby.
Let's go. Bienick?
I think it's interesting to see Nico Medved come in here in year one, and you'll see most portal classes be a lot of juniors and seniors, and you're banking on experience to be able to win you games in year one. But I think Medved comes in and he does grab a lot of seniors, but also a lot of juniors in an attempt to maybe have a little bit of continuity for next year, because a lot of these guys have maybe 1 or 2 more years of college eligibility. And I think that's a positive for him possibly building the program at Minnesota. In year one, I think the offense might be able to go. They've got a couple of really good shooters here. And a couple of good point guards, both Asuma coming back from Minnesota last year and his freshman year playing a bit of time, and also Chansey Willis from Western was really all of the Broncos offense last year. And Cade Tyson was a monster at Belmont the year prior to him being at UNC. I think he's a really good shooter. They've got alongside Bobby Durkin, Jalen Crocker Johnson. Medved at Colorado State had 4 straight top 60 offenses. I think it's going to be able to play in year one. The defense is where I have a little bit of concern. The front court's relatively small for the Big Ten. And yeah, we'll see if Viola is able to be a rim protector in the power conference level. Last year at San Jose State, it wasn't bad in the Mountain West, and we'll see if it translates. I'm a little bit doubtful on that, but I trust Medved now after doubting him last year and him way overachieving those expectations. So I've got him in the bottom half for sure. Questions about defense and front court, but we'll see.
Remember Frank Viola? No, I'm just showing my age. It's it's relevant because he was a beast, just an absolute beast for the Minnesota Twins back in the day in Minneapolis. So I mean that was the connection there. But showing my age, showing my fucking age. Fucking pine cones. Next up,
you got a question in the chat.
Oh, well, we have slides for the D2, D3 versus D1 games next Monday. You got to stick around. Can't wait for it. That'll be Sunday night.
No shot you're hammering out 140 D1 games and D2, D3 NAI at JUCO. No shot.
Stick around Sunday night.
You're looking live.
Yeah, you're looking live at Freddie Hoiberg. Doing a great job with Nebraska. Back-to-back 20-win seasons. Look, they're a basketball school now. I think that's evident with the way they looked a couple weeks back in football. So I think the big thing on this one is Rink Mass, the former Bradley Brave.
Yes.
How healthy is he? Because
he's good to go right now.
Yeah. Okay. Because I think that was the big one there. They lost him. There's for whatever reason, Bradley is one of my favorite teams in the history of college basketball. So I kind of seek them out. So I feel a little more educated on Bradley Brave basketball than most. But yeah, that's a pivotal one because he balled out, and I'm curious how he'll play at this level. I know he was there last year, but he missed the season last year. So
well, he was there the year before and played really good.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Burke, how do I pronounce his name, Bienick?
Berke Bjorktensel.
Yep, exactly what I thought. And he's back. Played 23 minutes a game. Connor Asigan is back as well as Sam Hoiberg, obviously relation to his father. All those guys are back, and then don't forget they brought in some talent at the 4-star. They got a top 200 recruit in Leo Curtis, a 7'1" guy. All right. They're getting some height, man. They got some fucking height. And then they go out in the portal and they bring in Price Sanford from Iowa. I think if you watch Big Ten basketball, you know who that is. Kendall Blue from the Tommies. Medved, where were you on this one, buddy? And then Jamarcus Lawrence from Rhode Island, who played well as Ungas Jaravicius, almost like Joe Jaravicius, the former Penn State wideout from Central Michigan, balled out at Central Michigan. Jared Garcia from Tulsa, and William Cooper, beholder of the Pale Horse, from Air Force, comes in at 15 minutes a game from a season ago. Look, he's got them playing at a higher level than they've been, I feel like, in a long time. I got them missing the tournament, but I think they're still going to be chippy. Mac?
Yeah, I mean, the Mayor's teams are always good offensively, but they've taken steps on the defensive side of the basketball too. Last year, the bottom kind of fell out at the end of the year because they had all those injuries and they just missed.
Many.
Yeah, like it was ridiculous. So they lost their last 5 games, 6 out of the last 7.
It literally just turned into the Bryce Williams do-it-all show and hope.
Yeah. But then, I mean, to Hoiberg's credit, they didn't quit on him. They went and won the crown.
Yeah, he's a good coach. He's a
really good coach. He was great at Iowa State for all those years too. So, yeah, I think that them in Maryland, it feels like we'll be battling for an NCAA tournament bubble spot. Like, yeah, and throw Washington in there. The teams that just make sense in this league.
Washington's going to be all right. Washington will probably be comfortably in, I think. Nebraska, though, they were my sleeper last year. I was so high on them, and then just injuries. They fell off. Like they were a tournament team for 95% of the year, and then they lost like 3 straight or something like that in the back half in March, and it like crushed their season. This year, 9 upperclassmen probably in the rotation. That's always a plus. They're old, they're long. A lot of these guys give you some length on the defensive end. If you're not going to be a great coach, just at least clog the lanes. And I think Hoiberg is definitely capable of getting the most out of the defense here. Just the only issue is that the backcourt, all of them, not good defensive systems. Specifically Sanford and Blue, both of them can shoot the lights out of it, but not much defense played at their previous destinations. And then we'll see what happens with Jamarcus Lawrence. Not high on either of the point guard position or rim protector position, because Rink Mast is kind of your finesse big, at least in my opinion, because he's going to be stepping out and shooting a ton of threes this year. And yeah, he hit like 8 threes in their scrimmage game the other day. I try not to take a ton of that into consideration with my preseason stuff, but you got to love that. So they're big, they're long, they're old, checks a lot of boxes. I think they're on the bubble. I agree with both of you guys on that stance. So, yeah.
Shout out to Clark in the chat. He cracks me up. Clark, also, Rock Hill, South Carolina. That's like 20 minutes south of Charlotte. What are you doing next Monday? Let's hit the games, bro. Hit me up.
I'm surprised that you, like, of Colby of all people, Colby's the one that wants to be, like, stapled to the couch with 9 TVs on watching college basketball. That's the biggest day of college basketball for the year, Cole. And you're going to go to...
year? No.
Like, most games. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant, like...
no, not like the biggest as in, like, the best games of the year, but, like, that's the first time you're going to see a lot of these teams, and you're going to go. You're going to choose to go to
November, and as much as I love November, it's still like that's the time to catch them early.
Gotcha.
To me, you know what I mean? Like it builds. The season builds, and I feel like your best time to go to games, to me. I don't know, because you get so many neutral site games, and I'm going to a neutral site game, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to the Rock Hill shit, so I mean. Or I plan to go to the Rock Hill shit. So, I mean,
you're TMZ in it.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, there's no day game. I'm at an 8 a.m. tip. What else is going on at 8 a.m.?
That's fair.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think it's the only game on, right?
Yes. The afternoon games are the only games going on time.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Next up, we got Chris Collins. What an unbelievable job. I mean, this guy.
He can coach.
Unbelievable. Chris Collins done a great job at Northwestern. I actually think you can make a case as the best coaching job in America over the past 5 years. Like, I know they don't have many tournament wins, but it's just unbelievable. If you knew the program like I knew the program growing up, this program was absolutely fucking trash. And he made them, even in their losing seasons, I feel like they were chippy. I just think he's a really good basketball coach. Out of that like Duke coaching tree that Dawkins went to Stanford and UCF and what's my guy's name? Tommy Amaker and there's just a slew of Duke assistants that went around. I feel like he's got to be your highest regarded, or at least right there. You know?
Yeah, and to your point, like they've gotten unlucky on the injury bug a couple of these seasons.
Yeah. And shout out to Carlton. We will hit an ODU game. Let's go. Yeah, man. Look, they return a lot, man. Obviously, Martinelli was thinking about going to the NBA. Came back to college because he realized it's a kick-ass time, even at a pussy-ass private school like Northwestern, right? You can have a good-ass time, make some baskets, plug a few broads, have a good time. KJ Wyndham. I mean, how about he played pretty substantially for a freshman for them. Also, Justin Mullins, Jordan Clayton, Angelo Ciravino. Crazy bastard. Blake Smith and Gus Hurlburt. What a great name. Great name. But they're all back. And then they go out and get Jaden Reed from South Florida, who played very well with them. And same with Arenton Page from Cincinnati, who I think they were excited to get despite the lack of minutes he played with the Bearcats. Max Green also comes in from fucking Holy Cross. Guys, I know they lose a couple. Barnheiser is out of eligibility. They lost, but Ty Berry and Jalen Leach. But I think this team is going to be pretty chippy again, man. I just kind of trust it at this point. At this point, I think bubble team. I think they can get on the inside of the bubble too, man. I think they'll be. I mean, they're going to be fringe. They got to stay healthy. Like everything has to go right for them to make the tournament. So I don't feel very confident by saying like, oh, they're going to be in the NCAA tournament. But I feel like they are going to be a pain in the ass night in, night out. And a month left in the season, 3 weeks left in the season, we'll be saying they're fringe. They probably won't get in if I had to like gun to my head, but I think they're going to be a chippy team in the Big Ten. Mac?
Yeah, I mean, last year they were 7-13 in league play with all those injuries. I think they're better than that. I think they're closer to 500. Yeah, throw them in the Maryland and Nebraska tier for me.
Do you have them as a tournament team? Because I feel like I want to say it, but then when I do my rankings, I'm like, yeah, but I feel like just on the outside.
Let me kind of tamper it then. Can I?
You don't like Collins.
No, that's not true.
I thought maybe it was 2 years ago you weren't that high on Collins, but he made you a believer.
No, that's not true. Because I was last year. I was a little doubtful about Bowie leaving and how good they'd be. But I've always preached, especially like here the last 3 or 4 years, they have a home court environment now. That's what I've always said about Northwestern. Is their small building. They have one of the most lit buildings.
They're hard to beat there.
So if I were to tamp this, and I need to, because I think they're in my bottom 4 of the Big Ten, but this is a really good league. They only have 2 seniors total on the roster.
Oh God, look at what he's saying over there, Mac.
They only have 2 seniors total.
This fucking bullshit.
They lack a lot of experience and talent compared to quite a few of these rosters. I think that Collins can be a good coach and coach them up to the bubble, but that's about as high as I can have the ceiling and project it to be. Like,
did Tony Battiti buy that dresser in the background?
To your point, yeah, their ceiling probably is the bubble, but like Collins seems to always get his teams to the ceiling lately.
You're not wrong.
They're third in returning production for whatever that's worth. I don't know.
They lost some of their most. They returned Martinelli, but they lose four starters.
Dude, the guys had 3 straight winning seasons in Evanston.
I'm not trying to argue. I'm not, because if you guys want to be bullish on Northwestern, go ahead.
I'm not. I didn't call them to be a tournament team, but I just think like just putting like they're
yeah. But I hate that you're gonna
confidence.
I hate that you're gonna like gaslight Northwestern fans and then pick them like 15th.
I mean, I'll have you know, I have them ahead of 15th.
14th.
Well, yeah, I believe I have them at 14. I believe. But here's the thing: is like that you're talking about a game difference.
So I just want to set like realistic expectations.
Yeah. But I don't feel confident me having them 14th. I think they're anywhere between, honestly, and Mac, I don't want to speak for you, but to me, like anywhere between 10 and 14, I feel like is what we're talking a game. We're talking one buzzer beater here or there.
There's going to be a shitload of 10 and 10 and 9 and 11 teams.
Yeah, last year there were a bunch of 7 and 13.
Would it shock you if they like somehow like finish ahead of Ohio State with Diebler?
Not at all,
No,
dude.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
I cannot wait until we talk about
Ohio State's got a better roster, but it's like this guy just fucking wins these games and they'll win a bunch of overtime crazy games and they'll storm
they always swing above their what is that quote? Above their fucking weight. Some shit like that. Right? They swing above their pay grade.
Yeah, sure. They punch up. I mean, your 14th best team in the Big Ten, my 15th best team in the Big Ten. They've got a borderline NBA player. That's how good the league is this year. It's crazy.
Stop it.
Here he goes again.
It's crazy.
Nobody's gonna be able to watch these games because it's all on Peacock.
Again,
and we finally found the fucking Clay Travis of the fucking Big Ten. Right? The fucking Clay Travis of the Big Ten.
No.
We finally found him, Mac.
No, that guy.
Don't
go
getting political on us too now.
Mac might know better than I, but I think he's completely gone out of the sports game. He's just political.
Is he? Okay, well then, what's the other guy's name on that fucking SEC network that's obnoxious? It's like a wannabe.
Bob?
No. Younger guy. Peter Burns. He's like a wannabe Clay Travis. We got Peter Burns. We got Noah Burns in the chat here. Right?
Hey, Big Ten, if you're hiring
propaganda,
I'll hear you out. Give me a call.
I'm not gonna watch any of this league this year, other than Michigan State.
Well, that's because you don't have Peacock, right? And like, come on,
I don't get Peacock and Morgantown.
Don't let them strong arm you to get in that bullshit. All right, don't let them do that. Don't let them win. All right, I don't pay for Peacock. It's just the company does. So I get free access from SG. I'll give you that password. Don't you give them money. Don't you give those filthy fucking idiots money. All right. Next thing you know, we're gonna have University of Russia, University of Moscow is gonna be in the Big Ten.
They don't need to expand. It's Illinois.
See, look at JD Betts in here. I love Peacock. Track and field coverage exceptional. Somebody stop it.
I like the presentation of Peacock. I think it looks good. The actual
if he would speak that way about my fucking slides,
the actual camera quality, the production, the graphics look great.
I will say camera quality is good.
And the graphics. That's what I mean by production.
Okay,
it's the camera and the graphics.
Seems to be most
broadcast is where you guys disagree.
So bad.
You don't like the people that talk on the desk
everything
or during the
intro
games.
Music, the intro of like
you watch most games on mute. Just put it on mute. I don't care. I like watching
I don't
the
subscribe to that bullshit, dude. I try not to. It's got to be like Michigan,
my slides
UCLA.
are better than Peacock's.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't even talk about the goddamn slides in that regard. He's like, presentation. The way they show the dotted first down line is fucking incredible, right? Stop. All right, like Big Ten Saturday night. Here's Big Ten Saturday night. It's just fucking goddamn 3 doors down.
You prefer SEC, ABC,
way better,
night
way better.
No,
way better.
It's terrible.
Way better. It's got more feel. The Big Ten is like they're like.
Just because it was around 20 years ago means it has more feel?
No, it seems more sincere. Like all of a sudden, NBC had never been doing college sports besides fucking Notre Dame, right? Notre Dame was the only one that they would do, and then they're like, "Hey, we can get in on this college sports thing," and they don't know it. They don't know it, and it screams that they don't know it. When you watch it, the whole feel, they don't know it. At least ESPN has been doing it since the 70s or the early 80s.
They're coming into the league.
What's that?
Notre Dame's a Big Ten team. They're coming.
No,
they're coming.
Goddamn Tony Petit. Noah Petiti over here.
How can you defend this league? This league is like
the worst
disgusting.
Fucking league. I hate this. Everything wrong with college.
Notre Dame is regional. Notre Dame's perfect. It's a perfect fit.
It's regional for the ACC, right? They got everything too. What are you talking about?
They got the All Coast Conference.
There is no regional in the Big Ten. You
SMU at the Gulf Coast,
the white
and then
flag.
The Bay Area with that coast, the Pacific Coast, and then Notre Dame is the Lake Michigan coast.
Yeah, you just went like, hey, we're gonna pick the snobbiest parts of America and form a conference. All right, let's go, buddy. Show us your mitten on the snobby pockets of America. All right,
No, I'll show you the armpit of America. That is Ohio.
You're goddamn.
Here
We're not going to play a football season. We're not going to play
If
a
you
football
look at
season.
a map, if you
the
look
other
at a
conferences
map,
are playing?
America on a map, you see the arm in the top right of the country. Ohio is right in the armpit.
That I can somewhat get on board with here. And let's talk about Jake Diebler.
And Michigan's the face of America. We're the head.
God.
Thank you.
Yeah, you and Whitmer, just stay up there. Stay up there.
Anyway, I mean, I can't even do the fucking show anymore. I'll be honest, I don't want to talk about Ohio State basketball.
Moneyline Max signing off.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Ohio State basketball either.
May God have mercy on your guys' soul. I'm out of here. Look, Motown's not doing records anymore. Michigan's irrelevant. All right. The car industry.
We provide the world's fresh water.
Oh God, here he goes.
And the world's auto industry.
That's why your pizza's so great? The fresh water coming down from.
No, don't go down the pizza.
1000%.
Don't go down the pizza rabbit hole again.
Goddamn Kalamazoo River.
If you don't like the Big Ten's got the pizza. Big Ten period.
Oh my God.
Detroit pizza,
terrible.
Chicago pizza,
buddy.
New
We
York
took
pizza.
you to a fucking
all of it's
5-star
Big Ten country.
We took you to a
We
5-star
know
fucking
pizza.
restaurant. And you ordered chicken tenders. Shut the fuck up,
we
dude.
know pizza.
All right,
we
you're
do
out
it
in
very
Vegas. We take you to a 5-star restaurant. Even the fucking waitress or waiter had to double take because two different people came. If memory serves, if my memory is accurate, I was a few Jaeger bombs deep, but I do recall them double. I think the chef came back and said chicken tender. Said chicken tenders.
The guy that wants the fire Matt Painter wants the chicken tenders.
And then he goes, and then he had the balls to go medium well. Unfucking believable. And this guy's gonna tell me about the Kalamazoo River. Look, Jake Diebler.
That's
who?
enough. Yep, that explains it all.
He's still there. Finagle the system. Right? Ohio State plays basketball. They used to have Jim Jackson and a bunch of good. I don't know what happened. They just said we're just going to be a football school. We'll get, we're just why do they suck now? What happened? They were in the Natty like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
they lost to this 15 seed named Oral Roberts, and the program's been in the shitter since.
It really has. Yeah, I mean this. Life after Thad Matta. This roster's good though.
I was thinking about that. Like, it's weird though, right? Like, so they bring back Bruce Thornton, Mobley, John Mobley there. Not to be confused with the linebacker from the Broncos in the '90s, but Devin Royale with cheese is back, and then they brought in Brandon Noel from Wright State, who was very good, and Christopher Tilley from Santa Clara. And then they get back to Tazon Chapman, who was injured last year. And then they go to this, these filthy Ohio State Buckeyes going out to the German or French league. I don't fucking know these fucking leagues. Mateo Grulukic, he was born when fucking Nirvana's first album dropped. I have no fucking idea. But they're getting a pro who's old. They also have the Baylor transfer, and that one's intriguing too. If he's I wonder how healthy is Josh.
Big O.
Yeah, Big O. The other Big O. Amari Bynum is a freshman they're excited about as well, and also Gabe C. Cups from Indiana coming in. Look, the roster is not bad.
Yeah,
I got him as honestly. I think they're gonna be right on the bubble. Just like he's like, the conference is so great. I got the whole damn team on the bubble. The whole damn conference on the bubble. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's very bubble-icious in the Big Ten this year. I'm
more of a big league chew guy.
I agree. I like the guards. I don't even know if Diebler I don't even think Diebler's a bad coach. He's unproven. He's young and he's learning on the job. He is over 500 in Big Ten play in his career. He's 14-12, so he hasn't been horrible. He's got to prove it to us, though. We got to see it. So yeah, I got him on the bubble, despite having a pretty good roster from the outside looking in.
Yeah, and look, this is the point where we're talking about an 18-team conference. We're an hour and 20 minutes into it. Bienick, I want your thoughts, non-biased as a Michigan fan, as much as you can. All right. And also, I'm going to relieve myself because this is I'm going to pull up a Pavia here. If I had a Big Ten fucking plaque, I would piss on it in front of all you guys. But I won't do that. Anyway, continue.
He picked the wrong team to take a piss during because I don't have much to say about Ohio State. It's a good roster. And then Diebler's the least experienced, least qualified coach in the Big Ten. Where are you going to put him in the rankings? I don't know. I've got him in the bottom half because it's super easy to put him there. Me as a Michigan fan, and also I think the conference is good. And then, I don't think he's good. I don't know.
Just out of curiosity, what's Torvik and Kempom got them? They got them going 11-9. Torvik has them 12-8. So the analytics crowd loves the Buckeyes.
I mean, as they should, looking at the roster. So, Bruce Thornton. Pains me to say he's a good point guard. Mobley's a good shooter. Shot 38.5% from deep on 6.5 attempts a game. I liked Tilly at Santa Clara a year ago.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be okay in the Big Ten.
11 seed in the NCAA tournament. There you go. I think I'm probably going to have him around 10th or 11th.
I want him to be a single digit in the NCAA tournament and then lose their first game.
Well, if you're out on Diebler completely, you definitely want them to make the NCAA tournament, so that'll keep them around.
Correct. Yeah, it's good enough to keep them around, but bad enough to where they still suffer.
Still talking Big Ten?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Dana Altman. I totally thought he was going to retire. He fooled me once. Shame on you for fool me again. He's back, and anytime he's there, I can count on them to be injured. But also, I can count on them. I can count on them to somehow figure it out in March, where they're actually really good and make a run and beat some teams, or late February, March. And that's been the MO really over like the past 5-10 years, I feel like, with Oregon. I know they had that Final Four run. What was that? 19 maybe?
17.
17. Okay. TK Simpsons transfers in from Elon. No relation to Dwayne. Devin Pryor from Texas comes in. Sean Stewart from Ohio State comes in. And then Miles Stewart from Howard. All transfers coming in. And then, the big thing is they return Jackson Shelstad and Kwame Evans. So those guys back with Nate. Oh, boy. Nate Biddle. Oh, boy.
Brittle Biddle.
I was about to say. Okay. Fuck this show.
He stayed healthy last year.
What are we setting the games at? Over under. How many games?
He was healthy last year. I'll say that.
That's why it's an anomaly. There's no way that sustains.
So Biddle has played 35, 6, 22, and 28 games in his 4-year career.
35 was year one?
No. 35 was last year.
Okay, because I was about to say, I was like, what? Yeah, let's set the over under at 19.5.
That's too low because 3 of the years has gone over.
But the Big Ten travel was only 1 year, right?
24.
23.5.
Sure.
Under.
I knew you were going to take the
smash play on the under. I was taking under at 19.
Yeah.
All right. They bring in a big time JUCO transfer, number 12 in the nation, Des Lindsey. And then of course, I'll be honest, I'm shocked Oregon does not cover the Euro market more, with it being Oregon with Phil Knight and everything. What?
Go ahead and name that guy, and then I'll talk.
The Turkish guy who is a a baller in the Turkish league, but he was also born when 311 was relevant. Ej Demir.
So more to like what you were talking about there. They did bring in a dude like super late, beginning of October. Wei Lin comes in from the Chinese Basketball Association. He was a starting point guard for 3 years. Wait for this. The Nanjing Monkey Kings. He was a 6'4" guard, averaged 20 points, 5 assists in the last 2 seasons of his career, and both seasons, 20 and 5. And
I wonder how they got him. Wasn't he making Nikes when he was 4? Right? Just all of a sudden, you're staying with us. You're fucking staying with us. I hear you play.
Dude.
Right? You're fucking staying with us.
Again, right? I really don't try to pay attention to the scrimmages because I don't want that affecting my view on a lot of these teams. This kid, Wei Lin, was dicing up Utah the other day in a scrimmage. He looked so good, so fun. We're going to like this kid. If he starts for Oregon, we are really going to like this kid.
Let's go. All right. Let's go. Nothing like they're holding his sister hostage. She's working 72-hour work shifts.
That'll be here for the rest of the year.
Who's my guy from Nebraska? Who's my guy from
Keisei Tominaga?
Tominaga, man. Yeah.
I believe you referred to him in a classic racist manner of Jackie Chan.
I said Tominaga sanity, Lynn sanity. Chat was all over me for that.
Yeah. But Oregon, they'll be good. They'll have a period of the season where they don't know who the fuck they are. They'll almost lose to like Florida A&M or something. You know what I mean? They'll almost lose to some random fucking team. I think they host Hawaii early in the year. Watch Hawaii beat them or something. But I fully expect them to make the tournament because this guy, he's coach proof. He's also he's had that same haircut, which is incredible. It goes over the ears. Like as much as it starts to recede at the top, he still rocks over the ears. Like that's some shit in the 70s, and he just doesn't give a fuck because he's a millionaire, and Phil Knight's his friend, right?
Yes.
I mean, chances this guy's been to Epstein Island. Phil Knight, 100%. Anyway, I got them in the NCAA tournament. Mac?
Yeah, I mean, they got some roster turnover for sure. Lost some guys from that 25-win team. But, I mean, I trust Altman as well. He makes some matches.
Great coach. He's a great coach.
Yeah. I mean, 780 fucking wins. This guy's a future Hall of Famer. He's done an unbelievable job at Creighton and now at Oregon. Been to a Final Four. So, they'll find a way middle of the pack probably. And, give me the Ducks to get back to the dance.
On teams not named Purdue, I think you can't find a better point guard center duo in Shellstad and Biddle as long as they stay healthy. And if they do stay healthy, I think this is a tournament team. Oregon's had a knack of barely getting into the tournament and then doing damage. So I don't know how high I'm going to have them ranked in my Big Ten, but Shellstad had a slow start last year, turned it up in conference play. He's do-it-all point guard, shot 38% from 3 on 5 attempts a game. Biddle was one of the better players in the league last year. What fills the starting positions in between those two is to be determined. So we'll see what happens with Oregon because I like the returning core, but there's some questions here of how they're going to supplement that. So
they still don't bring the big duck out enough.
That's what you're thinking about. Is that what you're thinking about over there?
You want them to be like Seattle with the big red bird in their home arena?
Oh, 100%. Lean into it. I mean, like I said, you're Oregon. You got 40 different uniforms. You got thousands of little kids working for you. Right?
That big duck that they put in the pond or the river at Big Ten Media Days or whatever they do, that might take up the entire basketball arena. That thing's huge.
I'm just saying get creative. All right. I don't care if you got to put feathers on the jersey so every time you run, they fall off the fucking players. All right. Just something. You're the Ducks. You're wacky. All right, that's part of the fun and allure of who you are. All right. Next up, we got Mike Rhodes in Penn State. Over 400 wins in his career.
Well, he was a great Division II coach. I included his Division II record.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're going to talk about Penn State in a second, but I want to let the good folks know that we are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Everyone knows Underdog is your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000 times the amount of money you enter. But now in select states, Underdog has team picks. Yes, that's right. Sides, totals, great options for anyone looking to get in on the action. And Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the promo code TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, Rhythm is crushing it in college football, NFL, and they just added NBA. They'll have college hoops going. They threw us a great party in Vegas. People are still talking about that one last March. Rhythm is also giving away weekly cash prizes for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model that you build, and you could win $1,000. Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. That's RITHMM. That's SGPN25. So download Rhythm. Use that promo code SGPN25. All right. Mike Rhodes and Penn State. I like Mike Rhodes.
This is a hard job.
I don't know why it has to be, though.
They
don't have a run. The runway isn't long enough.
Their fans don't care.
Franklin said, "Yeah,
all you gotta do is make them care.
Yeah,
then they'll
it doesn't
show up
make any
Rhodes.
sense because it's not like there's anything to do there.
Well, that arena is off campus too, right?
Yeah, but no.
I thought it was on campus, but maybe I'm wrong.
They have a tiny on-campus gym.
They should play there more. That place was rocking that one.
It was awesome.
The Illinois game.
It was awesome.
Yeah. It's got like the vertical bleachers that you guys like.
Yeah.
So I like Mike Rhodes though, man. I think he's a great coach. Well, the problem is here is Ace Baldwin's gone.
Yep.
You can't sue the NCAA and get another 5 years. Puff Johnson's gone. Nicholas Kern is gone. Zach Hicks is gone. I mean, everybody's gone. Niederhauser, gone. But they do return Freddie DeLeone, yeah, whatever it is. He's back. Eli Rice, who played some valuable minutes a season ago, also Dominic Stewart. All three of those guys are back. And they bring in some 4-star. Dude, you got to give them credit for at least the bringing in Caden Mingo, a top 50 recruit, bringing in Mason Blackwood, a top 150 recruit, and then even Justin Hauser's a top 250 recruit. That's pretty impressive for Penn State. And then they go and they bring in Sasa Siani from UIC coming in, Josh Reed from Cincinnati. And the big one, I think, here is the Slovenian who was born a very long time ago. Tibor Mertic? Tibor Mertic?
It's a good guess.
You got no fucking idea. And also Ivan Juric from Croatia. I'm telling you, man, our jobs as someone that's covered college basketball for 8 years, we're pissing in the wind, dude. We're lying. Like you can never be so confident these days. I feel like unless you're talking like the academies, you're like, I got no fucking. Were you watching unless you were a scout in Europe? How do we know these guys are fucking good? No idea. We're just lying. I got this team ranked here. We're lying. I got no idea if this guy's fucking good. But it's Penn State. We know their history. John Amici ain't walking through that door. I'll say they're towards the very basement of the Big Ten. But I have no fucking idea about these two big hits.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of – this is kind of a wild card team, to your point, with the foreign guys. But Rhodes – I think, to your point, he's a good coach. You see his record. He was good at
big hits, by the way. The other kid from Turkey, too. I'm sorry. Continue.
True. Yeah. I mean, he was great at VCU. I know that's a coach-proof job, but I thought he was solid at Rice, winning 20 plus his last year there. So I want to get in on Mike Rhodes because I thought I liked the hire at the time. He is from Pennsylvania, but I just think that their roster is underwhelming compared to some of these other Big Ten ones. I do have him, unfortunately, in the basement.
No, I'm with you, but hear me out on this. Okay, they have two guys we know for sure that are old as fuck from Europe that could potentially be playing major fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea about Ivan Jurkovic. Do we know anything about how old he is? This makes it so fucking hard to evaluate. But I can tell you this: if Tunka and Murtick are good, then all of a sudden you sit there and say, "Well, this team's pretty decent." It's, like they could. I could see a scenario. Yeah, I have no idea though.
You're talking about like the Euros with this bunch. Like for me, I say that with Mingo. I think they may give him some runway to start early and often with Penn State this year. And I know he's younger, and we still really don't know what he's going to bring to the table yet either. But I think we once upon a time. When was the last time that Mike Rhodes had a freshman starting point guard?
Ace.
It was Ace.
Oh,
so,
nice.
I mean, I'm not trying to do that with him and compare him to Ace Baldwin, but at the same time, like, that's good company. And then Freddie DeLeon was a big recruit out of high school that's kind of tapered off here. So I don't know. What I do know is the bench is not deep at all. They're young, inexperienced, and it's not attractive. So,
I mean, but some of those guys, like if what I'm seeing here is the Turkish guy could be their sixth man. This guy is fucking 21 years old. You know what I mean? Like he's been playing pro ball. The Croatian.
He played at Sunrise, a prep school in Kansas, so he's older too.
It makes it incredibly hard to judge this, dude. Like, because you're like, man, if these three guys that are Murtick is penciled in to start. He was born in fucking 2003. Like that's an older team than we realize. Like, I don't know. It makes it incredibly hard. I'm just gonna say, towards the back, I'll join the party and just fade what I don't know. Because it's Penn State historically, and it's like you feel like it'd be a hard sell, but
and also Rhodes. There's a lot of new faces on this team, and previously in his 2 years in the Big Ten, he's 15 and 25 in conference. So
they've been in a bunch of games, though, man. That's what I'm saying. Like they have been in. Like he to me is a very good basketball coach. Like I think he can do more with less, which makes it tricky. Like if he just hits on those guys, they could be good.
Yeah. They'll play hard. They'll be chippy. They'll be a pain in the ass at home. Probably bet him a lot as a home dog.
Yeah. A little bit of an enigma. Next
up.
They
could go like 6-14 last place.
I just think it's incredibly hard in general. Just some of these teams are just, I mean, that was only 3, but those 3 projected to get major minutes. So it's like, but some of the teams you look at and you're just like, we need to reach out and have scouts from the other leagues in Europe now. Matt Painter, Purdue, let's go. These Boilermakers. Is it the year?
Could be
that they win it all, perhaps. Matt Painter.
The issue is that they're AP number 1, and they've sucked like the AP number 1s in recent years.
And the issue is, I remember 12 Hours of Vegas where you saying he's the worst coach in America. He should be fired. Might have been more than 12 hours. Might have been 24 hours. The team is loaded. They went in. Braden Smith. Dog. Fletcher Lawyer. Dog. They still got Kaufman Wren. Dog. CJ Cox. Long Cox, who played 19 minutes a game for them. He's back. Daniel Jacobson played 13 minutes a game for them. He's back. Jakari Harris. You gotta trust this about them. Raleigh Burgess also, and even deep on that bench with Sam King, Jack Lusk, and Jace Rail. They bring back What are they for returning production? They got to be up there.
Yeah, they're up there. They're number one in the league by a lot. Like, it's not even close.
Well, it is. I wonder if that's even factoring in. Yeah, because remember Daniel Jacobson. He's a guy that missed last year too. The 7'4" big man. This is gonna be fat. And then the big news: they got Oscar Clough, who's an absolute beast from the Jackrabbits. Liam Murphy.
It gives them depth big time because that Jacobson injury hurt.
Yeah, and then Murphy from North Florida comes in. He played well. No, I mean, I know it's a step up. And then they got the Israeli point guard who's 30. Amir Mayer, I think it is. Yeah, I think they should be preseason number one in the Big Ten. Great home court environment, great coach. We'll see in March. They always seem to get to a point where I know they got to the Natty, and I always am like, man, they lack an athletic guy here, an athletic guy there. But obviously the guy's doing a great fucking job, so they deserve to be preseason favorites. Mac?
Yeah, them and Houston are the 1A, 1B, it feels like, in terms of just bringing back a bunch off a team that was really good. So Braden Smith, you could argue, is the best point guard in college basketball, best floor general. So he's like the Pavia of college basketball. He just runs the show, always gets them organized, tough as shit. And then Fletcher Lawyer and Kaufman Wren back as well. And then they go get the big kid from South Dakota State, Clough, that I love. This team's got experience. They got depth. They know their roles, and yeah, they're going to be my pick to win the Big Ten. And Matt Painter's, he's a hell of a coach. Him and Kelvin, man, they just got to get that natty. They both have got there the last 2 years. We'll see if Painter can get back there this year.
Bienick?
4 straight top 5 or 4 straight top 15 offenses in the country, and I think this one might be the best one he's had. There's no Zach Edey, but I think you've got senior Braden Smith, the senior Fletcher Lawyer. This is what Purdue's been building towards since 2022, and now all these guys are the old guys on the block with experience. Smith comes in probably as the preseason favorite to win the Naismith. He can do it all. Seriously, like every aspect of the game, he's going to break Purdue program records, national records, and he's got Fletcher Lawyer with him on the wing who shoots 44.5% from 3, which is ridiculous. And they're dangerous in the pick and roll game with TKR, who is now, I think he's going to play more of his natural position at the 4. Last year, because of the Jacobson injury, he had to play the 5 a lot. But now you got the 7-footer with the South Dakota State transfer, Oscar Clough. Both of them, I think, could be close to walking double-doubles this year for Purdue. Last year, they finished last in 2-point percentage in the Big Ten. That's a low bar, like defensively. They were the worst rim defensive team because they didn't have one of those true fives. And now this year, they've got 2 of them to defend the rim, and Clough and Jacobson. So it must be 2024 all over again because I've fallen in love with the Boilermakers, and I have Purdue winning the league and doing a lot more damage than that.
Oh, boy.
He's back in.
Oh, boy.
Choo-choo.
He's good. They're going to break his
You
heart.
could have heard this prick in Vegas. All right, let's get to the next team. Who else is it? Rutgers. God damn it. In my head, I was thinking UCLA, USC, Washington. Of course. Forget Rutgers. Fucking Danny DeVito's.
Danny DeVito.
Who do we have left? UCLA, 2 point. Oh, we have Wisconsin left too.
Oh, my God.
And Washington.
I hate this conference. Steve Peichel, Rutgers. Remember that year he got all those freshmen and they were terrible?
Yeah, they're soft.
The team was terrible, not the players. Players are pretty good. Rutgers, they did it again. Interesting tactics. All of college basketball seems to be getting older, and they're like, no. Well, I guess I don't know. They got a couple Euros that are old as fuck, but they brought in a shit ton of freshmen: Dorian James, Lino Mark, Chris Nwuli, Javante Ware, and Caden Powers. All freshmen. Also, there's some other freshmen too that are from Europe, but we'll talk about in a second. But all 5 of those guys are top 250 recruits that I just mentioned. Heavy on, and those are legit freshmen. Those are not 25-year-olds from fucking, Bolivia or somewhere wherever. But they did get 2 of those. Harun Zamo from Bosnia. He was born in the George Bush administration. Also, Dennis Badulao Amagata from Romania. He was born. I think that was still Bush, right? Who the fuck was president that year? These guys are old as fuck, and those guys are there. Jamichael Davis is back. Now, this is a guy that played 18 minutes a game. Emmanuel Ogbole is back. And Dylan Grant are back. They also added GW transfer Darren Buchanan, who was pretty good at GW, by the way, and Tariq Francis from NJIT, the Highlanders, and Baye Fall from Kansas State. I got them towards the back of the Big Ten. To me, they're too young. This is this the youngest roster? I know they added 2. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
okay.
Penn State's the youngest, least experienced. Rutgers 2.
Yeah, I got Rutgers towards the very back. So, Mac?
Yeah, I like Peichel too.
He's a good coach. I think he's a good coach.
I think he has spoiled everybody on. Remember what Rutgers was before he got there? They were fucking horrible. They couldn't win a game. It's like what Shiano's been able to do with football. So I think that they could be around 500 in terms of like overall record, but I do have them towards the back of this league once again. They're young. They've kind of lost their identity a little bit. They were like those teams that won and got to the NCAA tournament. They were tough defensively. Now they kind of have gone more youth, and last year they were not good defensively with those 2 guys in the top 5 in the NBA and Harper and Edwards. So yeah, Rutgers back in the league.
Yeah, you kind of have to. If you had asked me at this point last year when we were previewing Rutgers with the 2 top 5 kids in the total like freshman class, right? And you would have told me Rutgers was going to struggle in 2025. Then I would have been like, that team's too TMZ for Peichel.
Yeah.
Next year I'm going to buy in all the way because it would be more of his group. Well, now it's next year and it's just like, oh my God, this roster is like not appealing at all. I want to be in, but I can't commit. His defenses have been so good in his tenure, and then last year they were just soft. Inside, especially when you had a big and Ace Bailey and who's the other 5 that they were playing a lot.
They lost to Murray. That was a huge loss.
Yeah, and there was a hole immediately because Bailey was not supposed to be the 5, but also I think it was Somerville who was a young kid last year, and that was having to play the 5 that way Bailey wouldn't. But yeah, I mean they were so soft down low, and it was their biggest weakness of the team. And it's just not where Rutgers has been weak in years past. They've been really good defensively, and that wasn't the case. I think that they have a chance to be a little bit better. And with Ogbole, who only played 13 minutes a game last year, he's on the squad. But man, I cannot get there with this group. I have them in the bottom as well.
They don't have a lot of resources there. NIL.
Oh, we still got to talk the Big Ten.
Who's next?
I don't even want to look. Hey, Mick Cronin.
Look at that.
Over 500 wins in his career.
If he
Love the
wasn't at
photo.
UCLA, he'd still be in the Big Ten.
Huh?
He's a Big Ten coach. He would land at a Big Ten school
Oh,
if he wasn't at
I
UCLA.
was like, wouldn't he be at Cincinnati?
Sorry, that was a little confusing the way I said it. But yeah, he was made out of a factory of Big Ten coaches. Small, screams a lot, good defense.
Yeah.
Look at that photo.
That is a great photo. Mick Cronin. I'm very excited to watch UCLA this year, despite them being in this conference. Donovan Dent was the talk of. I mean, a lot of people were talking about that at Mountain West Media Days when I was there. You pair him with Sky Clark and Eric Daly, and that's very intriguing, I think. And then you have Tyler. How do I say it again?
Lotto.
Yeah, Bellotto. Gosh.
I think it's
Fucking
Bilodeau,
names.
but yeah, Bellotto, one of the two.
You got Trent Perry back as well, and then Jack Seidler back as well. What's intriguing is when you add Donovan Dent and then you go get some of the guys that I think can add depth to this team, like the kid from San Diego with Lavin, Jamerson, played really well with the Toreros. Now I know it's a big step up, but Jamar Brown, UMKC. I mean, how many times did I lose money on UMKC last year? Jamar Brown was very good for them, though. Xavier Booker from Michigan State. I don't know that we ever saw him be really great at Michigan State or good, but
No.
it's intriguing. Yeah. Anthony Peoples from Lavelle Moton and NC Central comes in, and then they got Eric Freeney, a former top 150 recruit who redshirted. They're excited about him. Here's my thing with Cronin, man. I like Cronin. I do. But is there a ceiling on his teams?
He's got some Brian Kelly in him.
Yeah, like I feel like that roster on paper is more talented than some of most of the teams he's had at UCLA. But I also feel like I just don't know that I can count on them to be super elite. So I'm going to say obvious tournament team, good, but nothing great.
I think I agree with you. I think this team is a little too popular. Everybody seems to give this one out as their sleeper Final Four team, just with Dent coming over to pair with Clark in the backcourt. They have a experienced roster and guys that have played high level minutes at the high major level, and then obviously Dent being the Mountain West Player of the Year last year. But Cronin does grind on his players. He like Brian Kelly, he doesn't shy away from throwing people under the bus. So Cronin is good, I think, when he's more chippy, chip on his shoulder, under the radar. But when his teams have a lot of expectations, I feel like they usually don't live up to it. I have him in the top 5 with that said, but I don't have him winning the league title like some people I've seen.
Yeah, I think you got to have this team in the top 5. On paper, though, the one weakness of the team might be at the 5, especially on defense. However, looking a little bit deeper just in Cronin's tenure, in 12 of the last 15 seasons he's been a head coach, he's had a top 25 defense. So that gives a little bit of security of it's going to be a really high floor, even if they have maybe a hole at the 5 in the Big Ten. In that 15-year span, he's only had 3 top 25 offenses. Each of those 3 teams, though, Cronin's teams got to the second weekend. And I am bought in a little bit on the Bruins. If you go back and listen to the national championship recap show when we gave out our Final Four way too early, UCLA was one of the teams that I had in it just because of the Donovan Dent ad. I think he's one of the best players in the country. And the Bruins returned their top 3 scorers from last season. So I immediately think that this offense is going to be really good. And if they have one of those top 25 offenses that Cronin's had very minimally in his coaching tenure, UCLA might be really good this year. I think they're going to be really good on the offensive end with Dent being a killer in transition and off the bounce. And Clark, Eric Daly, Tyler Bilodeau all shot over 38% from deep last season. I'm a big fan of Bilodeau, and I think him moving back to his natural power forward position should keep him relatively out of foul trouble. Sure, there are some depth and defensive questions, but the bottom line, I think, is that the Bruins played Bilodeau at the 5 last year. The defense was still top 15 nationally. So move him out of there and also add Donovan Dent into the equation. I think UCLA is dangerous nationally this year. I've got them as a title contender in the Big Ten. And I had them in the like way off season as a Final Four team. I don't know if I'm that high on them right now, but I could see it. I really could.
All right. Hey, they made the Final Four when they had no fans. So
yeah, and their home fan base is not like the strongest in the Big Ten, so it's not like a huge advantage. So
at least it's on campus, though. You know.
I feel like the travel prevents them from winning the league, though.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Well, especially if you have a coach that complains about it publicly, then that spreads into the locker room, and they're like, "Oh, we got to do this, we got to do that." Like that's the thought process, and that's what actually kills it, in my opinion.
Mick being Mick.
Well, I would also say the NFL and NBA have their problems when they travel that much as well. So, kind of the history of the world, I think, backs it up. But yeah, why be that outspoken on it if you know that that's a problem? Because I do see your point psychologically. I forgot USC. I'm joking. Eric Musselman. His shirt's on. All it took was going to Manhattan Beach.
Shirt's on.
All it took was going to Manhattan Beach to realize, hey, maybe I should keep the shirt on. Walking next to all these wannabe Schwarzeneggers right up the road coming down from Venice Beach.
Yeah.
They were a disappointing team for me last year. Kind of thought he'd be ahead of schedule. Because he's he is like Lane Kiffin to me. He's like the portal king. Well, I'm a little bit more of a skeptic after last season, but the Trojan men, he did it again.
Portal City here.
Yeah.
Terrence Williams II is back for an extra year, but that's it. Besides Britt Burden and Jonah Gorin, who's deep on that bench. But don't ever double cross Britt Burden. Rodney Rice comes in from Maryland. That's a nice get. Chad Baker Mazzara comes in from Auburn. He's also 40.
Here is he?
That's what I'm saying. Ezra Asar from the Utes comes in. Jacob Kofi from the Wahoos comes in as well. Robert Morris, Defensive Player of the Year. Amarian Dickerson. Jordan Marsh from UNC Asheville comes in. Samford, one of their better players, Jaden Brownell. Gabe Dines from Youngstown State. Also Ryan Kamish from fucking Dartmouth. And EJ Neal from Sac State is coming in. Also Jerry Easter II is a 4-star they're excited about. Also Elijah Arenas. Yes. Elijah Arenas, a 5-star, number 10 recruit in the nation, but he's out for most of the season. Guys, they're old. I'll say that.
They're old as shit.
Yeah, they're old. I got them flirting with the NCAA tournament, slightly missing. Mac?
I think I'm going to be in on USC bounce back year. Musselman back-to-back losing seasons now.
You know a problem though, man. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm saying like
everybody else is in the portal now.
Well, that and also when he was at Arkansas and at Nevada, they had a good home edge. No one goes to these fucking games.
Yeah.
UCLA, yes. USC, no.
And it'll be interesting to see if Musselman can get a little bit of energy just because he's such a strong personality. But to your point, it's all USC football there. I like the backcourt with Rice and Mazzara. It'll be can these guys buy in? It is ironic that Musselman was zigging while everybody was zagging with the portal, but now that everybody's portaling, he hasn't been as good lately. So,
and he went to a place with no home atmosphere. I think that's. I mean, USC
He
has
did
never
go back home in quotation marks there.
Well, and
I
he
know,
was
but I'm
wearing
just-
people out at Arkansas too.
I'm just saying though, when you would play a game at Arkansas or Nevada, I went to a game at Nevada, right? That was a legit edge at the time. You're at a school in a conference. It doesn't make sense where you don't have a home edge at all. Yeah, you might be the worst environment in the whole conference. Who's worse? Maybe Penn State.
Penn State.
Those two are the two worst. That makes it harder to win.
No,
Yeah.
what are you doing with this team?
I see them going like the positionless approach because there's only one guy smaller than 6'5" here. There's 8 upperclassmen in the rotation. The defense is going to be able to switch. They're long, physical. They're going to be disruptive. The offense could be a little bit messy here, and it may take time to figure out some roles, especially the main ball handler, who that could be. But I wouldn't be surprised to see like a typical must-bust performance where they're okay in the early months and there's just so many transfers that they've got to iron some things out. They go about 500 in the first 2 months of conference play, and then in March they crank it up a little bit. So that's how I am with USC. I've got them as like a top half team talent-wise. I think Musselman, when he's locked in, is a good coach in the top 10 at least in this league. That's kind of where I've got him at, is like the 8 to 10 range.
All right. Next up. Oh boy.
Washington.
The Washington Huskies. Danny Sprinkle.
You like Sprinkle.
I do, but I don't like getting to the 18th team or the 17th slide, whatever the fuck it is. Washington is an interesting team though, because they didn't achieve as much. I mean, I thought they could have been a little bit better last year. They weren't. They're kind of a fascinating team because you have Kepnang, this fucking guy, the former Oregon Duck. He's back. He did play actually substantial minutes last year. Zoom Diallo back, and then that's it. They go out and get Kamari Peterson from the Buccaneers of ETSU. They get the USC transfers in Yates and Claude. That's pretty nice, I guess. And then Jacob Ugnachik from Lipscomb, who's been in college 20 years. You also brought in Indiana's Bryson Tucker, Lathan Somerville from Rutgers, Christian Nitu from Florida State. And then this is where it gets really interesting because the German 6'11" freshman who was born 20 years ago, Haynes Steinbach, could be very good. I have no idea.
I think that's Hans.
Sorry.
The German
Hans
pronunciation
Bubby.
there.
I'm your white American idiot host. JJ Mandaquit is a 4-star that they're excited about, top 100 recruit, and then they have a JUCO. I like this angle though, because I think I was actually reading an article recently about how now JUCOs are undervalued because everyone's thinking about the European game or G League or transfer portal. No one's thinking about the JUCOs. Mandy Traore, also a 4-star in Cortrin Muldrew and Yasir Rencher. Look, I think they'll be improved in the second year. I still just don't know about them in the tournament. So I have them improved, but outside of the tournament. Mac?
Yeah, backcourt looks good on paper, talented. the pair of USC transfers, and then Peterson from ETSU. I like Sprinkle as a coach. I thought he did a good job at Utah State rebuilding that whole team. He was loyal to Osabar, and they paid him all that money, and that really killed him in year one. I got to make it a jump here. I think they will be right there on the bubble for the NCAA tournament. I think Sprinkle does have a shot here with this roster to get him back to the tournament, though. He's such a better coach than Hopkins.
Yeah, I have Washington as a tournament team. Last year they finished dead last with just 4 Big Ten wins, but I think Mac hit the nail on the head. Instead of spending all of Washington's NIL money on one guy, it looks like there's so much more depth on this year's Huskies team, and that's evident because last year's point guard that was starting was freshman Zoom Diallo, and this year I don't know if he's definitely got more competition at the spot for the one. And then the 2 USC wings offer experience and defense, and Yates is a good shooter, and the front court is where Washington I think really shines because Hans Steinbach, Kepnang, and the Lipscomb transfer Jacob Bogdanovic was the ASUN Player of the Year last year. He's out till January-ish with an injury, but the German's legit. He averaged a double-double in FIBA U19 World Cup, so that seems to be a pretty good kind of hint or a sign that they'll succeed in the States. And I like this team a little bit, quite a bit, actually. I think they're comfortably a tournament team. I don't have them on the bubble. I got them in. So I like Washington this season.
Interesting. And then last but not least, a great photo with the Wisconsin Badgers and Greg Gard.
Look at Gard.
That's a guy I would not trust with my child. But not to play basketball. I'm saying that photo. The photo looks like something that's just, I don't know. Play basketball, sure. But I'm saying that specific shot screams, he screams, he kind of reminds me of the principal in Ferris Bueller. Do you guys, I don't even know.
You get there. The principal's
right?
got more hair.
Well, the principal was like into kiddie porn outside. That's probably why I'm making that connection. Not saying Coach Gard. I'm not throwing you there, but I'm saying the photo looks like it. All right. I know you're a solid guy, even though every person from Madison I talk to hates you. That normally means you're probably a solid guy in my book.
They keep trying to get rid of him, and he keeps winning.
No, he's a good coach, man. He's a good basketball coach. So, and they got his son on the team, Isaac Gard. That's my favorite power play. But look, John Blackwell's back. Withdrew from the NBA draft. That's a big, returnee. Nolan Winter, Jack Janicki, all back. This one's a fun team too because Nick Boyd coming from San Diego State is intriguing. Great defensive guard, fits that. Andrew Rode from Virginia, totally fits, dude. Come on. Austin Rapp from the Portland Pilots comes in. Braden Carrington from Tulsa. Elijah Gray from Temple. And then we got to talk about these guys here. They have a freshman they're excited about, top 120 recruit, and Zach Kinzinger. And a top 250 recruit in Will Garlock. But I think this is the more intriguing Lithuanian big man, Alexis Bielskos. I mean, he's 30. Not 30, but he's old. He's fucking old. New Zealander Hayden Jones. These are kind of important guys. I mean, let me ask you something, B-Nick. When you concoct some of these sheets that you help make for us, or you can, how do we know these dudes aren't going to get way more time because considering how old they are? Is that just guessing, or is that do you actually have data on them saying that?
So I don't make these.
Okay.
I get them from Jim Root.
Okay. And so I'm curious still, though. Are we just the hard part is just knowing if the guy's that much older than some of the other guys on the roster.
I
they
think
might play
just
more.
look at
Yeah.
the projected starting five, and those are 5 really good players. And then if the other guys hit, they hit, and that's raising the ceiling. Because I do think that Nick Boyd coming in from San Diego State's a really good point guard. And then Rhodey and Rapp can both shoot the 3 ball. Great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
they fit on the roster for sure around John Blackwell, who is an NBA caliber guard.
Yeah, I got them as a tournament team, and I think they could be a little bit underrated for the season if everything hits.
Yeah, I have them in the tournament. I trust Gard. They've gotten a lot better offensively over the last couple of years. They don't play the old slow it down style of play that everybody hated for so long in Wisconsin. But I think that they're more talented too. I think that Gard has found an identity. Blackwell's a good player, good centerpiece, and I like Wisconsin to get back to the dance for the 8th time under Gard.
It's a lot. Yeah, I think we might be sleeping on Wisconsin. Maybe not we as in this call, but the country again, because Gard's really flipped the switch these last 2 years at Wisconsin. He's figured something out with back-to-back top 20 offenses to go along with the 6 straight top 5 Big Ten defenses. The 2 returners, Blackwell and Winter, I think are studs. Winter's got a lot more runway this year without Stephen Crowell splitting time with him at the 5. The Portal group fits perfectly around the returnees, in my opinion. Nick Boyd has been a good point guard at both FAU and San Diego State, and now takes one last jump up. He's a good athletic defender, and then Rhodey comes in. He can dial it up from deep. So I got Wisconsin as a comfortable tournament team. I've got them in that second tier of teams that I wouldn't be surprised if they actually compete for a conference title this year.
Ooh, that's pretty bold.
There's like 5 teams in that group, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Can't wait to rank these.
I think Colby's been waiting for an hour.
Folks, we are the College Basketball Experience. We do have rankings. We can do our own top 25 for this conference, pretty much. At number 18, I have Rutgers. Mac?
I went back and forth on this one. I'm going to go Minnesota. Year 1 of Medved. I think it takes him a minute.
18, I got Penn State.
Ooh, 17, I have Minnesota. I think Medved has the barn just a little bit of rocking to steal a win here or there, but I have him at 17. Mac, who do you got at 17?
I got Rutgers at 17. Hilarious.
At 17, I got Rutgers as well.
At number 16, I think we all pretty much have the same teams here. Penn State at number 16.
Yep. We are Mike Rhodes 16.
I got Minnesota 16th.
At number 15, I have the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
At 15, I want Ohio State. I could see them just dropping a bunch of close games in league play once again under Diebler.
I didn't have them that low, but I do have them low. At 15, I have Northwestern.
Well, it's funny because at 14, I have Ohio State. Phoenix? Or, I'm sorry, Mac, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of teased it. I went Northwestern over Ohio State just because Collins will find ways to win a couple games.
All right, so we flipped them. I have Ohio State 14 too.
At 13, I have Northwestern and Chris Collins just on the outside of the tournament. Just there. The final 2 weeks, we're talking about him, but just on the outside. Mac?
Yeah, another bubble team for me, Nebraska. I think Hoiberg and company just missed out. I got them at 13.
Nebraska as well. I agree.
At number 12, I have the Washington Huskies. Just on the outside. I have I think 10 get in probably, 9, 10 get in, maybe 11. But I have Washington just on the outside. Mac?
I got Buzz at number 12 here with the Terps. I'm interested to see how this marriage fits here at College Park.
So I have 12 teams getting in. I have the last two bubble. I think Indiana and DeVries gets on the right side of the bubble this year. After DeVries goes, I'll save you guys one spot. I'm going to leave. And you could keep West Virginia out of the tournament last year, he basically said. This year, I think he's on the right side of the bubble.
Why? Because Bubba's not on the fucking committee. That fucking piece of shit.
No, it's because he's at Indiana, and they'll say Nationals ratings. What number? 11. I have USC at number 11 with Musselman. USC and Washington was my biggest dilemma. I didn't know who to fucking put higher. Maybe I could see myself being one off there, and it reversed. Mac, who do you got 11?
I went Sprinkle and Washington at 11. I think they get on the right side and get in.
11, I've got Maryland there.
Well, we are hook, line, and sinker to a certain extent. At number 10, I have Maryland, which is right there. I have them as the last Big Ten team in my slate. But you're probably right. The corruption will probably win, and there'll probably be 12 teams in or 11 teams. But I have Maryland at number 10. Mac, who do you got at number 10?
I went Indiana in DeVries. Similar year to his year at West Virginia. They'll grind out some games and be around 500 in league play.
Bienick?
10, I've got Washington. I just think that Sprinkle's got a much better team and not just a handful of players this year.
At number 9, I have the Indiana Hoosiers. I think they're in. I think that it's just a good coach, and the roster might be being slept on a tiny bit. Mac?
I went the other Drake coach, Ben McCollum in Iowa. Their identity gets them to the tournament in year one. I'm interested to see how it translates in the Big Ten.
I'm going USC. I think they start slow, then turn it up late, and they finish in the top half. I think it's definitely a top half roster, and Muss, I think, is a top 10 coach in the league.
At number 8, I got the Badgers on Wisconsin dancing. So, yeah, let's go. Greg Gard got him. Sorry, I compared you to a pedophile earlier. It's just the photo. It was just the photo. Mac.
I went Oregon at number 8. Solidly in the big dance. They'll be in that 8-9 game in the big dance. And Altman will be chippy as a dog. So yeah, new look roster in Eugene.
I have 8 as well. Shellstad, Biddle, and I'm hoping that the Wei Lin hits, because then Colby can have a good joke for the rest of the year. That'd be hilarious.
And thank you for looking out for my jokes. God knows I need them. And at number 7, I have the Ducks as well. All right. Isn't the Beijing Ducks a team? I thought that was a team. Who do you got at number 7, Mac?
At 7, I went USC and Musselman. They're old. I think they bounce back this year.
Bienick?
I got Iowa 7th. Just a lot of good continuity, and I think their system is going to be sneaky in the Big Ten, where a lot of teams might be sleeping a little bit against Iowa.
At number 6, I have the Illini. I think they're actually one of the hardest. I actually think in this whole exercise, they were my hardest team to fucking figure out.
Yeah.
I put them at 6 just because I trust the coach, but I also think, Beijing Ducks. That's why I know my shit. All right. I wish I had a better excuse for why I put them there. I trust that they'll be good. They have a great home edge from a coaching point of view, but there's a lot of unknown.
At 6, I went Wisconsin, Gard and company. All they do is win. Back in contention here.
6, I also have Wisconsin. Just a winning program, and I think they've got 2 good returners and a nice portal class.
At 5, I have the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's go. Continuity. Mac, who do you got at 5?
I went the Illini, the foreign team here with Underwood. We'll get him back in the top 5.
5. I also have Illinois there as well. Old, long, good offensive spacing, so they'll be all right.
At 4, I have the UCLA Bruins. Kind of hit on why already.
Yeah, cosign. I got UCLA at 4 as well. Same where they finished last year.
4, I got Michigan State. They're going to be a good rebounding and defensive team. I also think that this is just higher than a lot of other people have. You guys are higher on Michigan State than I am, but Media Poll had them 6th, so I'm being relatively kind to Izzo and the Spartans.
Wait, why did that not play? Oh fuck, I'm a fucking moron. Okay. Yeah, I have at number 3, I have the Michigan Wolverines. Dusty May's got them playing great ball, and that he's a really good basketball coach. Mac, who do you got at number 3?
I went Michigan and Dusty May as well at 3. Good year 1. I think it's another good year 2 here. Another top 3 finish for Blue.
I have UCLA 3. I think that Donovan Dent is a huge get for UCLA, and they return their 3 best scorers. I think UCLA is going to be pretty dang good this year.
At number 2, I have Sparty. I have Sparty at 2. Yeah, I want to pick them 1. I just feel like 2's more probable than 1, but it's going to be interesting to see. Mac, who do you get at 2?
Yeah, I went Sparty too. I deep down I wanted to pick Izzo again, but I don't think that he's going to go back to back. But hey, back to back top 2 finishes. Keep sleeping on Izzo, everybody. I see the chat. Trick or treat. Get ready to learn Tom Izzo.
Yeah, I'm going Michigan at 2. I think it's one of the best front courts in the country, and I don't know. I'm not totally bought in on Elliot Cadeau, but we'll see what happens.
We all have the same team at number 1, so boiler up.
Tournament. Where is this thing at this year?
Big Ten tournament. I will
always
take,
in Indy, right?
Not always, but
they play in Chicago sometimes.
One of these
Chicago
years they're
this
sending
year,
it out
isn't
to Las Vegas, though.
No, it's this year, right? It's this year, right?
2026 Indy. No. Sorry, Chicago. 2026 Chicago.
Okay.
When did they go to LA? They go to LA one year?
No. They go to Vegas 1 year.
Vegas. For the tournament, give me Michigan.
They won it last year. Do they go back to back?
Sure.
Vegas 2028 for the Big Ten. For my tournament team,
They're trying to
playing-
add UNLV.
Sorry,
They're trying to add UNLV as a 19th team.
I don't know. For me, I'm gonna go Illinois. I just think all those Euros, they'll have something figured out. Plus, it's in Chicago. There will be it'll be an Illini crowd. Illinois.
It's March. Give me Sparty. Izzo.
All right. How many teams
Sleeper bust.
My sleeper. Who is my sleeper?
It's Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State's probably going to be your guys' sleeper here. The media poll. I got to find this again.
My bust is going to be Ohio State.
That's probably fair too.
Just off the rankings. I mean, I'm curious. Well, it matters where they put. Well, I hear it.
Purdue is 1, Michigan 2, UCLA 3, Illinois 4, Oregon 5, Michigan State 6, Wisconsin 7, Iowa 8, Ohio State 9, Indiana 10, Washington 11, USC 12, Maryland 13, Nebraska 14, Northwestern 15, Minnesota 16, Rutgers 17, Penn State 18.
Yeah, I would say the biggest things would be my surprise is Michigan State, and the bust is by the biggest margin of any of this is Ohio State.
Yeah. Take Izzo, fade Diebler.
Pretty simple. How about you, Noah?
Yeah, Ohio State's my bust, and sleeper, I will go so many teams. I have to ponder this decision. I think USC is my biggest. I do not like that sleeper, but they're the biggest from me wavering off the media poll. USC's 12th. I've got them 8th. Sorry, 9th.
Noah Bienick's on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. YouTube.com/The College Experience. Buckle up. I'm going to go eat some dinner, and then we'll be back talking database top 25. This is the College Basketball Experience. Happy season. I hope you enjoy what you've created. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.